She got the camera and tight, can you see it? Streaming the truth live from where they decree it. Sylvia speaks, no filter, no buffer. Courtroom drama couldn't get any tougher.
When the gavel's first bang, to the witness stands tears. Sylvia's lens captures all your hopes and fears. Uploading justice one trial at a time. Tuning every moment, edges sublime.
Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Faces tell stories, the courtroom can't hide. Sylvia's insights cut through the divide. From jury talks to the lawyer's secret. In Sylvia's world, you know you'll need it. Behind the scenes where whispers are loud, her lens reveals the truth in the crowd. Courtroom secrets laid bare to see. Stay curious, make Sylvia spree. Every objection, every sharp retort, Sylvia's there to give you the report. Exclusive footage no one else can snag. From catchy headlines straight to the tag. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show.
Faces tell.
Hey, good people. Hey, guys. I got some triggering information today. Oh my God. All right, y'all. Y'all ready? You guys ready? You guys ready? I got some triggering information today. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. You guys ready? Okay. I have the video from today's hearing. I video recorded it, and I have some stuff. I have some things to tell you what happened before, after, and during. Alicia, this one here. I really need to talk to Sonia about this. I really do. I really do. This is a hard one right now. A very hard one. Lady Teabag, wait till you hear this. You wait till you hear this. You're gonna be like, and you guys know where I've been standing, as far as this one here is tough. It's tough. It's really tough. But anyway, let me go ahead on and share the hearing itself, and then I gotta tell you what else. You guys know this morning when I was on my way there, I knew he wasn't gonna be there because they did not pick him up. So when I talked to the deputy that I know, and I told him I told him that that I noticed that Nesto's not going to be there because he he's still at Cobb County. I told him he's still at Cobb County, and he says that yeah, they're not going to bring him over. I said okay. So when his attorney came in, Hoover came in, he asked the deputy to get Nesto and get Hoover, right? Not Hoover, and get Patterson. Patterson is the guy that the shooter that happened back in 2023. The shooter that when we were doing YSL case, that guy that shot up the people in Midtown. Well, he's doing that one as well, right? And and so we got ready to go. You know, the judge came on the bench. We all got up, and I was gonna live stream it for you guys, but I only had my phone, so I was gonna live stream it on my phone. And the judge basically told me a no on that, so I had to go ahead on and do it on my camera. So I do have the video on my camera and not my phone because I was to get ready to live stream so you guys can see it live and in living color, but it didn't happen. But I did have my backup. You know, I always have my camera and my phone at the same time. I'm gonna go ahead on and play what was done in court, and then I have to talk to you guys about something. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead on and play the video, and then we'll talk about what's disturbing to me. Okay. And you guys, I'm very transparent. I'm very honest with you guys about certain things. And this here really got me. It really does because I'm lost. I'm lost on this particular thing. Hold on a second. Let me go ahead and play this for you. I had to hurry up and get my stuff rolling for my for this thing here. Hold on. It's only about 8 minutes, and then after the 8 minutes I'll talk to you guys.
So, Your Honor, Ms. Winfrey and I did meet about Mr. Williams' new case last week. I dropped off a 5 terabyte hard drive to get the digital discovery in the case. I believe as of right now, I will be filing some motions in that case. So the next step would be for me to get the hard drive back from the state, break it down with my team and my experts, and then file the necessary motions to move forward with it.
Okay. And that is, I guess, 25 SC 0031994-01.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And so I understand we're still in the discovery phase, but I guess the one that, not I guess, the one I'm want to get some clarity on is the one we had motions on. Is that ready to be scheduled for trial? I think you were appealing the ruling. Where are we, Mr. Attorney Hoover?
The Court of Appeals essentially said that they're not going to hear it now, but we can hear it after the case has been resolved. So I believe between the state and I, there are a couple of motions that have not been ruled on by the court yet. And Will, if you want to jump in and let the judge know which ones that you still have.
I'm gonna stop shaking because I was trying to get myself together.
Good morning, Judge. I believe on behalf of the state, there are two. The first was the motion regarding the admission of intrinsic evidence, which was essentially some prior convictions that were we allege are part of the racketeering pattern. And then the second on behalf of the state was just
I'm gonna stop because I have
new indictments with that 24 SC indictment for trial because they are also part of that same pattern of conduct.
And the two new indictments that you all want to join is 25 SC 005427 and 25 SC 005501.
I believe that's correct, Judge.
Okay. Attorney Hoover, do we need to set this for a hearing, or is this something you talk to me, please?
So my concern is if the court joins the new indictments with the current indictment, the first indictment, I may need more time. I mean, this may push everything back because now we're dealing with other charges and other issues that now my team and I will have to address. So it might be better to set this down for a hearing before the court makes a decision, just so we know how to move forward with it.
Okay.
In regards to Mr. Williams, Your Honor, we still have, July 22nd, 2024, we filed a general demurrer to count 1, the RICO charge. We're still waiting on a ruling for that.
All right, so the Court of Appeals has done what they're going to do at this point.
For now.
So it's back. Have they sent it back to us, or they never took jurisdiction?
I don't think they even took jurisdiction of it.
Okay, all right. So this court still has jurisdiction. The city is about to get busy in June and July. Are these, like, I guess the motion to join, is that something we can do by Zoom, or do we need to be in court to handle those?
Judge, state's position is we would be okay to handle that by Zoom. I don't think it would last more than 10 or 15 minutes on our side.
And I agree. I don't believe there's going to be any witnesses that we need to put on the stand.
Okay, all right, so that is something we can get scheduled sooner rather than later. And so with those, the intrinsic evidence, the demurrer, the motion to join new parties, those are the last 3 before we can get 24 SC 001723 set and scheduled for trial. ADA will be.
I know some of you guys are asking me about watermarking. My thing is already recognized already, because I watermarked my this thing here. You see it right there? It's already recognized in YouTube system that this is my content. Okay.
That's great, Judge. And I would just note 2 things. One is that I've got a lead filed through the primary election day. So I'll just ask that if we set up a Zoom hearing, that it would be after May 19th. And my lead begins on Monday, this coming Monday, the 20th. And then we did have a hearing, just to make sure we're clear, we did have a hearing on the intrinsic evidence issue, I believe last year.
Okay.
So we would not need to hear that again.
So the last thing we need to have a hearing on is the motion to join the new indictments.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Which will, like you said, won't take long.
It
Shouldn't take, okay. We'll be able to do a Zoom hearing. The reason I want to have this council, I'm really worried that once the world comes to Atlanta, it's going to be very difficult to get into and around the courthouse. So as much as we can do on a virtual platform, that'll be better. All right, so we'll get that last motion hearing scheduled, and then hopefully we can find some time to get Mr. Williams's case resolved. At the present time, if the case has to go to trial, Attorney Hoover, how long are you expecting the trial to last?
With the amount of evidence, with the amount of witnesses, with the amount of charges, Your Honor, at least a month. It could take longer. Yeah. And if you include the new indictments, then we're gonna get to know each other very well.
I would note, Judge, the evidence in the new indictments.
Well, I don't want to have argument on certain. I guess my question was more how long do I need to block off? Attorney Hoover says I need to block off a month. ADA Wooten.
I think that's about right. I would say about 4 weeks.
Okay. So we're gonna have to get creative. We're gonna have to get creative. Okay. All right, so we'll do one thing at a time. We'll get the motion scheduled to join the new indictments. After that, we'll get a ruling out, make sure that everything is all pre-trials are complete, and then we'll start looking to schedule an amount of time to have the trial if necessary.
You say if necessary.
Your Honor, if I may for a moment, ADA Winfrey.
Yes.
Back on the 25 SC case, you have the 25 SC 003194, and then you have.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. I gotta bring something to you guys' attention. I'm gonna stop right there, and then I'm gonna bring you guys something to you guys' attention in regard to ADA and Winfrey and what she said. Okay, I got something to share with you guys. I'm gonna stop this for a second and hold on a second. I gotta just. I had to airdrop it to my phone. Okay, y'all. After I heard attorney ADA Winfrey spoke, she mentioned something in there, and then I had to go and I had to research what she mentioned, right? One of the things she mentioned was in regarding to Nesto's daughter. You guys already know that he is accused of raping his daughter, right? And guys, I read the police report. It's not good. Not good at whatsoever. I'm going to read it to you guys. One thing about me, I'm going to be upfront with you guys, and I got the text messages. Hold on a second. The police didn't follow through with it, and I understand why they didn't follow through, but the remember I always said go to the police and stuff like that. She didn't go to the police until after 2 years after, and I think that's why the police didn't believe her. I'm going to read it to you, okay? It says, my partner and I arrived. This is a police report, okay? My partner and I arrived at the above location and contacted the PR, Lakeisha, who stated she was at Havenhurst and Ventura, which is where we met her. My partner and I met with Lakeisha, who stated that one night during the early summer of 2018, she was walking in the area of Ventura Boulevard and Sepravia, I don't know how to say that name, Boulevard. While she was walking, she was approached from the rear by the suspect, William Earnest, father. He walked behind her and put his arm around her neck, put his arm around her neck over the shoulders as the two walked side by side. Lakeisha stated that he had begun talking to her about stretching the bloodline and having a baby together, to which she stated no and began to cry. She then tried to leave the area. Lakeisha then stated that a few minutes later, suspect Earnest, who was in a 4-door burgundy Mercedes, pulled up to the curb next to her and demanded that she get inside the vehicle. Lakeisha indicated that the vehicle belonged to the suspect wife, Shirley Strawberry. Lakeisha refused to get inside the vehicle, at which time the suspect exited the vehicle, forcibly grabbed Lakeisha by the arms and threw her into the rear passenger side of the vehicle. And she then indicated that he drove to the top floor of the parking structure of the public school 818 restaurant, at which time she recalled was empty. Lakeisha stated that she attempted to open the door in attempt to exit the vehicle and flee. However, she believed that the child lock was engaged because she was unable to open up the door. And when the car parked, Lakeisha observed the suspect, Earnest, walk to the rear of the vehicle and gain access into the trunk. Then he removed what she stated was a sex toy. Suspect Earnest then walked to the rear passenger seat where Lakeisha was still located with the item. She decided one of the item was a black vibrating machine, and when she asked what that was, the suspect replied, "It's a tool from the barbershop." She then stated that the suspect entered the vehicle and sat next to her. The suspect placed his hands around her neck and began to strangle her as he stated, "I'ma show you what happens when you tell me no." Suspect Earnest eventually eventually let go of his grip around her neck. Lakeisha turned back towards him and faced away. This made the suspect angry and caused him to aggressively pull her leg towards him. He then pulled her pants and underwear off without her permission. While she was nude from the waist down, the suspect, Earnest, grabbed the vibrating sex toy. then forcibly completely inserted inside her vagina. I asked her how long she believed that vibrating sex toy was inside of her, and she estimated for about 5 minutes. She indicated that while the vibrating sex toys was inside her vagina, the suspect taken off his clothes from the waist down when he removed, hold on. When he removed the vibrating sex toy, then from her vagina, he told her, "Every time I see you, I want you to be horny." I asked Lakeisha if the vibrating sex toys hurt while it was inserted inside her vagina. Lakeisha replied, "It didn't hurt, that she just felt it inside her vibrating." Lakeisha stated that after the removal of the vibrating sex toy, the suspect put his hard penis inside of her vagina against her will. She stated that he penetrated her multiple times and he told her, "I'm not stopping until I get mine." Lakeisha stated that lasts for approximately 10 minutes. She indicated when he finished, he pulled out and ejaculated some wipes in the no on some he ejaculated on some wipes in the rear seat. Hold on. Lakeisha mentioned he then dressed himself, returned to the driver's seat while she stayed in the back seat as he began to drive off. He then dropped her off where he had picked her up and told her, "Don't you try to go too far." I asked her how she felt after the incident. She informed me that she felt sore and feeling scared and guilty. She also indicated 2 other forcible rape incidents between her and the suspect, Earnest. The first incident sometime in August 2017. She indicated that she and the suspect, Earnest, were on a road trip from Atlanta to Los Angeles. Suspect Earnest booked a room at where she believed could have been a Holiday Inn in the state of Arkansas. She stated that she was raped inside the hotel room against her will by suspect Earnest. She also indicated that she believed the sex toys were used during the incident. Lakeisha stated that after the rape, the suspect told her, "I know I'm sick in the head and I don't care." And the third incident occurred from her recollection, during the time of her birthday on July 2020. She indicated that she observed suspect Earnest getting a Jeep washed at a car wash in Sherman Oaks. Later that night, the suspect Earnest returned in the same Mercedes used in 2018 incident, at which time suspect Earnest exited the vehicle, mentioned she was then taken to the suspect residence in Inglewood, California. Lakeisha indicated that she was then raped inside the residence against her will by suspect Earnest. She also stated that the residence belonged to the suspect's wife, and she stated was her stepmom, Shirley Strawberry. Okay. Injuries, medical treatment. Lakeisha stated she did not seek medical attention when the incidents occurred. And it says here, it says photo, recording, video, DICV and BWV, and digital images. It says here, Lakeisha, hold on a second, hold on. Lakeisha emailed me a photo of the suspect, which is attached to this report. This incident was captured via body-worn video. All statements in the investigation are paraphrased from the video and The full and complete statements can be obtained from review of the video. So this is the video of the interview. Okay. Evidence. There's none. The police says there's no evidence. Canvassing, none. And then they said additional West Valley Night Watch Detective Morano, Detective Gossi, and West Valley Watch Commander Sergeant Bambrick were briefed regarding the incident. My partner and I asked Lakeisha why there was a delay to report the catastrophe event. She replies that she felt guilty and thought that this is how daughters were supposed to act. She also stated that she was scared and thought that no one would believe her as it was her father and no one who and no one who was and no and I'm sorry and the one who was raping her. Lakeisha also mentioned that there were several times in which she tried to comment her story on Instagram posts, but they kept on being removed. And it says clothing and bedding were not obtained in the delayed report. Hold on a second. It should be noted that an internet search revealed that the suspect is a high-profile barber and his wife, Shirley Strawberry, is a television personality. When asked if she recalled any clothing the suspect was wearing and provided her, Lakeisha stated suspect Earnest gave her a black hoodie to wear with a logo of Nesto on the front. Nesto is the name of the barbershop. My partner also asked is she knew the name of the business, and she stated Nesto's Buckhead. Utilizing city resources, it was revealed the suspect's wife is a registered owner of a Jeep and Mercedes. Due to the allegation against a high-profile individual, officer contacted MEU regarding Lakeisha. MEU Perez indicated there is no prior contacts. And then they said, court information, my partner and I can testify the content of this report. Hold on. Now, I'm going to read the emails, the text messages between the two of them, between Ernesto and his daughter. And this email here was from 5:20. No, it's the time is 5:22. You don't have the date. I don't have the date of the email. Oh, wait, 3/11/2021. That's when the police officer put it in his thing. The email, she goes and say, go F your wife. Go F your wife. You never loved me. Go F your wife. You took my virginity, Dad. And then he says, what is your phone number? Because you're going too far. I'm your daughter, not some bitch. Nah, you don't care about me. And then he says, one more time, what is your phone number? Then she says, you just care about you. And then she says, well, why did you go that far with me, Dad? Why you think you're right? You always play the victim. That's it, y'all. Well, let me finish playing the video. This is why I went and I started looking and went through this, and I had to, I had to, because when she said that she filed a motion, I had to go see what the motion was that she filed yesterday. I have no words, y'all. I really this is heartbreaking, and it's bad, y'all. It's bad. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Let me finish playing what she says. Hold on. I had to do my homework, y'all. I had to do my homework.
The 01, which is a re-indictment.
Yes.
I would just ask that if we can get Mr. Williams to join the issue on the re-indictment, I'll file a motion to null cross the old indictment. And in addition to that, I did file a couple motions last night. So when Mr. Hoover gets around to filing his motions, then in that particular case, we just ask for those motions to be set down and be heard before the court.
Okay, well, I'm going to do, and I understand, but it is my intention to deal with 24 SC 001723. That's the case we've had for over a year now. So it's my intention to deal with that case first. I understand when there are a number of cases, the state has the right to make the election. But at this point in time, Mr. Williams has been in custody on this 24 SC case, and I'm going to take it up first.
Understood, Judge.
88 Wooten, anything else?
Nothing further, Judge.
Attorney Hoover, anything else?
Nothing on behalf of Mr. Williams, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused, please?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And you want to be happy?
All right, y'all. I have nothing to say about this. I mean, it's horrible. It's when I read it, I was like, it kind of triggers some stuff, you know what I mean? It triggers some things, and it's not good, y'all. On this part, definitely. Yeah, it has changed. It has changed, y'all. She was detailed. You said Sonia. You said call Sonia. Do you feel like he has not been truthful with you? I never asked him about any of his case situation. I never asked him. So I never asked him. So it's not like he was being truthful with me. I never asked him. I never talked to him about that. No, there was a plea deal, y'all. There's a plea deal. That's why the news was there. I talked to Ashley and I talked to, because they had 3 news people there today. Normally it's just Ashley and Nye there, but they had 3 news people. They had Ashley, WSB TV, they had Fox, and they had what do you call it? ANF, which was Jasmine. They had Jasmine, Ashley, they had Grace, and they had Rosie. Rosie was doing the AJC. All of them was there today. So, and I had went over to Ashley, and she said there's supposed to be a plea deal. We're here for the plea deal. I said, well, he's not here. He's not coming. And so she was like, really? I said, yeah, he's not coming. So you guys, I told you what the ones I talked to already, I told you what the plea deal was. I told you guys what the plea deal was. You guys that knows me, I already told you guys exactly what the plea deal was. I told you. You said email you the plea deal? I don't have the plea deal to email you to it. No, they don't release that to you. They don't release it until he signs it. When he signs it, that's when they release it. It was on her case was today on the plea deal. Let me show you guys. Hold on a second. Hold on. No, it wasn't over 25 years. No. Nope. But he would have to register. It wasn't over for 25 years. And you got to remember, California didn't believe the daughter. That's why they didn't arrest him back then. They didn't arrest him because they didn't believe her. And as far as the other one, I didn't hear anything about the other plea because the other plea was given earlier in the case earlier, so I don't know what the other whether or not the RICO was part of the plea deal. I don't know, but let me show you guys. Hold on. Who behave like that? They don't think nothing's wrong with them. He believes what he believes. Yeah, they won't put the plea deal out until he signs it, until he goes in and do that. But that's why Ashley was there for today. She was there for that. And Yasmin has not been at the court. She has not been covering the Nesto thing. And so her news people told her to come because they had told him that there was going to be a plea deal because they didn't know whether or not he was going to accept the plea deal. But that was what they told the news people, that there was a plea deal on the table, and they all came to hear it because they heard about the Shirley Strawberry. Probably, Jay. Yeah, the statute of limitation, probably. That's why they did a RICO, so they could encompass everything in there. But the California people did not arrest him. After they didn't arrest him because she didn't have. They didn't believe her. And y'all, you guys know, I have the video the day it supposedly happened. Remember the video that I got it all the way in tier 500? Remember that video? I got that video of when it actually happened, the day it happened. Supposedly. No, it's not even live. No. Cam, it's not live. Well, you gotta stop trying to get me to tell y'all what the deal was. Y'all still trying to get me to give y'all information. I am not gonna tell you. It was not accepted, so I'm not. When did she file? Okay, she filed in 2001, March 2001. Supposedly it happened in 2017 and 2000 to 2000. It's supposed to be 3 times. 2017, 2000. Hold Hold on. She didn't give a date to the other one, but the last one was 2020 on her birthday. Remember she mentioned that? 2020 was on her birthday. In 2018, and then the other, the one is when he was supposed to be traveling to Arkansas. So can he accept the plea deal? Yeah, he can accept it, but he's not. He didn't accept it. How old was she? She's grown. She was born. Okay, let me tell you her. Hold on. Let me see what her. Because I wrote the information down. She was the first time. I think she was 17. The first time she was 17. Then the other time she was 18 and 21. I think 21, 17, and 21, 17, or something else. Her birthday was on, she turned 20. I do a members only so you guys will see the videos. I could do another video of that, show y'all that video. Members only. And I'll explain to you guys about that video. It's not good, T-Bag, Lady T-Bug. It's not good. That's why I tell you, when I saw that, because when I heard her in the courtroom, I went downstairs to just read all of this stuff. And I was like, wow. There's no defending that. I'm sorry, y'all. And I don't know. We just have to see. We have to see. That's a hard pill, y'all. That's a very, very hard pill. I can't say that I always you have to believe the children first and then work it out, find out whether or not it's true by evidence. But when a child tell you something happened, you believe the child first. You know, that's my MO on that one. You always believe the child first. The fact he made a video shows he was guilty trying to build a case and defense alibi. Yeah. So we shall see. We shall see. That's what I want to bring to you guys' attention today. I need to find out what's going on. Why are these people charging me for this medication? My medicine was free. Now all of a sudden they charge me. What is all this about? I didn't call them. Why is my medication costing? Let me call this. I want to know why my medicine costing. I'm supposed to get free medication off of this thing here. I might call this Walmart and find out why they charging me for my medicine. It's crazy. What's my phone number here? Yeah, members, I'll show you guys a video. I want to know why these people charging me for this medication. It's supposed to be free.
Thanks for calling your local Walmart pharmacy here in Kevington. On
Okay.
Salem Road.
End the live and start a new one. Okay, I will. Let me end this live.
Thank you for watching the infamous Sylvia channel, where laughter and fun make up our panel. Together we build this digital spree. We appreciate you and our growing family. With mods by our side and chat flowing free in this online space. It's just you and me, we laugh until tears roll down like the rain. In this virtual world, you ease all my pains. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We cherish the moments, the highs and lows, from the latest gossip to stories untold. You're more than a viewer, you're part of the crew in this space of ours. It's all because of you. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night.